is insignificant, then that is reliable stuff. But the fact that it's reliable does not make it valid. It is only valid if it yields something you expect it to yield. So I put an example here. I said, if you reset your bedroom scale to read 5 kilograms lighter than your actual weight, you might want to, just think, oh, I don't want to look fat, so I'm going to do minus 5 kg. Each time I check myself, instead of showing 64 or 65, I wanted to show 60 so I know I'm losing weight. Of course, if you do this many times, it's going to give you a reliable information. But that information is not valid because that's not your true weight. Okay? Until you go back to your research, it's going to give you information that is reliable for whatever you want to use it for. Either to make yourself happy or send the wrong information, but you can rely on the information for what you need it to do. But does that make it valid? No. So it's possible that your data is valid but not reliable. It is possible that your data is reliable but not valid. So the validity and the reliability are independent in this regard. Understand? So finally, variable and data. Quickly, this is the last part of the note. Then we can do some calculation after this. Variable and data. Just like some of you were in the programming class, we talked about variable to describe something, and the information is the data associated with that variable. Same in statistics. A variable is the characteristic that might vary over time or for different objects under consideration. Okay? Variable could be like age, could be like salary, could be like number of students. It's going to vary. Your age will vary over time. For different consideration, the number of students will vary. If you're talking about Form 6, of course, the number of students will be different. Okay? When a variable is measured, the set of measurement that you have obtained is the data about the variable in question. That's different between them. Now, be it data or variable, it can be categorized in two. It can be classified into two. Either it is numeric or it is categorical. Numeric, as the name implies, has to do with number. Categorical means in categories. So we call this quantitative data, we call this qualitative data of variable. Okay? The numeric one could either be distinct or continuous. Now this is very important for your future learning in statistics in chapter 4. Distinct and I was telling you something earlier. I said you'll be doing something about expectation of x integral f of x dx. Do you remember me chipping in this some times ago? You'll be using integration sometimes in statistics. If the data is continuous, this is it. If it is not continuous, we just use summation, something like that. We'll get there as time goes on. It depends on the distribution we are discussing anyway. So, for numeric, we are dealing with numbers. For this, we are dealing with categories, like color, for example. If the data has to do with color, or the data has to do with, maybe there's some examples I took from your book, like operating system. That has nothing to do with number. Okay, and so on. Or gender, for example. Oh, you just need male or female. That's nothing to do with number. Okay. Now, for numeric, there are two categories of numeric data: distinct and continuous data. Simply put, a distinct data means it can assume a particular value. Number of students is not a range. Number of students in this class is 10. Number of students in this school is x. X is an integer. Okay? But continuous data assume a data in a range, cannot take a particular value. For example, I put an example, how long it takes him to walk home. You will have to approximate to the nearest seconds. Right? You will have to, because there will be the microsecond or something still reading. You have to say, oh, it took you 2.5 minutes, for example. Okay? Also, your continuous data is what you see in your group table in statistics. 0 to 5, 6 to 10. That's a range. And there are reasons why some information are represented in that form. We'll discuss that later. So this is the end of the introduction that I thought we should look at. And this covers the first 4 sections of your chapter 12. Okay? So what we are going to do now is take a break, say about 5 minutes. Then the last 10 minutes we can look at some questions and discuss on our table. So let's take about 5 minutes break.